Hebrews, this is stop using Jewish history to explain Hebrew Israelite history. This is part two. This is part two. I did part one. This is part two. Okay, we're gonna show how after after King Josiah cleans the land up and how we went to Egyptian religion and how the exiles come home from Babylon, how Israel was among them to show that it wasn't no 10 lost tribes. You see, if it was 10 lost tribes during the Assyrian captivity, Israel name shouldn't be mentioned during the Babylonian captivity since it was only Judah and Benjamin left as the Jewish myths go. You see what I'm saying? But the Israelite Brotherhood gonna show that that's not so, and that Israel was still around during the Babylonian captivity and wars when the Hebrews, the 99%, went into Egypt, Africa, Sahara. All right. First Kings, let's set up a little foundation. All right, First Kings gonna be like from 970 BC to 853 BC. But what's so important about First Kings is that if you go to First Kings chapter, I think it's chapter 12, chapter 12. First Kings chapter 12. No, First Kings, yeah. Let's see, make sure. First Kings chapter 12, uh, uh, chapter 12, verse 28. Chapter 12, First Kings chapter 12, verse 28, and you'll see where it says, whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves of gold and said unto them, it be too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold, thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. See, Jeroboam, when he come out of Egypt, see, he fled to Egypt during Solomon time. See, the Egyptians gonna be his kin because he from the tribe of Ephraim. In the tribe of Ephraim and Manasseh, mother was an Egyptian, and they granddaddy was the priest of On. So in 631 BC, when Jeroboam brought them 2 golden calves off of us out to Egypt to put on us, uh King Josiah, it was a prophecy for him, in 931 BC. And I'm gonna show how he cleansed the Egyptian religion up also. All right, so let's go show that Jeroboam was from the tribe of Ephraim. All right, Jeroboam from the tribe of Ephraim. All right, I know it's all right. And Jeroboam, the son of Nebat. All right, this is First Kings chapter 11, verse 26. And Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, an Ephraite of Zeradah, Solomon's servant, whose mother name was Zora, a widow, even he lifted up his hand against the king. See, he was, he was an Ephraimite. He was from the tribe of Ephraim. All right, and Solomon sought therefore to kill. All right, when you go to First Kings chapter 11, verse 40, you see that Solomon tried to kill him. Solomon sought therefore to kill Jeroboam, and Jeroboam rose and fled to Egypt unto Shashank. That's going to be the relatives, king of Egypt, and was in Egypt until the death of Solomon. All right, he was from the tribe of Ephraim. All right, let's go to Genesis 41, I think. Let's see, Genesis 41. It's the Israelite Brotherhood. It's the Israelite Brotherhood. All right, Genesis 41. Got to hurry up because I ain't got too much time on this phone. All right, right here it is. All right. And Pharaoh called Joseph, you know what I'm saying? You know how Joseph answered Pharaoh's dreams, and Pharaoh being slick by giving, Joseph Asenath, the priest of On's daughter. You see what I'm saying? See, after Joseph answered Pharaoh's dream, Pharaoh gonna be slick cause he know his priests and his uh 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 religious order didn't answer his dream, which rendered them useless. You know what I'm saying? They knew we was Hebrew Israelites, and he know that the Creator was going be with the Hebrew Israelites because Abraham was chosen and had a mission. His descendants had a mission to do. All right, so Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaphaneth Peniah, and he gave him to wife Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On. And Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt. See, Pharaoh gave Joseph Asenath. You know what I'm saying? So she was an Egyptian. So I mean that what I'm saying, they sons gonna be got some Egyptian in them. Especially their granddaddy being the priest of On, while Joseph out taking care of business in Egypt. The kids gonna be, kicking it over their granddaddy house, and their granddaddy is the priest of On. See, he a cattle worshiper. You see this right here, that golden calf. See what I'm saying? Jeroboam brought two of them out on it. There's about 5 religions wrapped up in that. Okay, they granddaddy, Manasseh and Ephraim, granddaddy gonna be the priest, the main boss. He like a slick boss too up under Pharaoh. So he gonna teach them that, what I'm saying, stuff. You know what I'm saying? He gonna teach them that golden calf. All right, all right, all right. Go to 41:40, Genesis 41:40. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of famine, which Asenath, the daughter of Paparay, the priest of On, bore unto him. And Joseph called the name of the first Manasseh, for Yah he had made me forget all my toil in all my father's house. In the name of the second called he Ephraim, for he had caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. So Manasseh and Ephraim were schooled, by their granddaddy while Joseph taking care of business. Pharaoh gonna be slick. Pharaoh know that he had to do trade on the other side of the promised land. Pharaoh probably know everything was going on, and we don't know it. But Pharaoh probably knew everything was going on. And Pharaoh know that if we did that covenant, that he couldn't come across the promised land to do trade with his relatives in Mesopotamia and Babylon, because Babylon and Mesopotamia was founded by Hamites. You know what I'm saying? Nimrod was a Hamite. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be Cush and them sons. So, he couldn't just come across the promised land if we doing that covenant. So he gave him the priest of On daughter. And the priest of On gonna probably be putting that Egyptian worship on Manasseh and Ephraim, especially Ephraim, because he gonna be the youngest. You know what I'm saying? While Joseph out taking care of business. And you can kind of see that when we Exodus, a mixed multitude left Egypt with us. You go to second Exodus. Yeah, you go to Exodus chapter. That's gonna be chapter 12, verse 38. All right, and a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even much cattle. See, when we Exodus, a mixed multitude went up with us. So there's gonna be some Egyptians that did that cattle worship and stuff. You see what I'm saying? They gonna lead with us. You know what I'm saying? And when Moses when Prophet Moses went up to get the law, that's gonna be Exodus 31. Exodus 31. When Moses went up and got the law, no, that's Exodus 32. When Moses went up and got the law, what I'm saying? We throwed up the golden calf. See, Exodus 32. And when all the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, make us gods which shall go before us. For us, as for Moses, this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we know not what become of him. All right, and then and all the people break off all their golden earrings, and they received it to them, and he received it from them, and they made their golden calf. See what I'm saying? And then he said that golden calf will bring us up out of Egypt. We had to wander around 40 years in the desert till we got rid of that crew. All right, that's gonna be Ephraim and them kids, descendants and stuff that left Egypt with us. All right, and then by the time we, get settled in the land, because we went through a lot of stuff, we worship a lot of people religion. You know what I'm saying? When we was going to the promised land, them Canaanites, them Amorites, all them folks put their religion on us like they do today. The easiest thing to do is to put an Israelite on another religion, get them worshiping false gods to keep us throwed off. You know, they know that we easy to fall into that cycle, but you know, that cycle finna come to an end. We ain't gonna be slipping like that no more. All right. When Jeroboam brought them two golden calves out around about this gonna be about 941 BC. All right, we're gonna go back to First Kings. First Kings. All right, First Kings chapter 13. All right, this is in 931 BC. And behold, there came a man of Yah out of Judah by the word of the Elohim unto Bethel, and Jeroboam stood by the altar burning incense, and he cried against the altar, and the word of the Elohim said, "O altar, 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 this saith the Elohim, behold, a child shall be born unto the house of David, Josiah by name, and upon thee shall he offer the priests of the high places that burnt incense, and upon thee, and man's bones shall be burnt, and upon thee." All right, about 235 or some years like that later, King Josiah is born, just like that prophet said and told uh, uh, Jeroboam. You know what I'm saying? After he put them two golden calves on us. All right, King Josiah, you know, around about 638 BC, 634 BC, he was born and he come on the throne. And then if you read Second Chronicles 34, you'll see that he did just what that prophet said in 931 BC. You'll see that he did just what he said, and you also see that the tribes of Israel still there. All right, after he cleansed the land up of that Egyptian worship, the Egyptians got him. You see what I'm saying? The Egyptians was coming across our land to help them Assyrians. And King Josiah probably didn't like that. And then, you know, them Egyptians, you know, they shot him with them arrows and killed him. All right. And then they put a weak son on the throne. And then we go right back to Egyptian worship. And then that's when we went into the Africa in the book of Jeremiah. But if you look at Second Kings chapter 25, verse 26, you'll see this. But because I didn't show how Ashkenazi come in the picture, I showed how the Sephardi Jews come in by being called Sephardims, and how the Assyrians placed them in Samaria. Second Kings chapter 17, verse 24. All right, if you go to Second Kings chapter 25, verse 26, you will see that the Ashkenazi come into the picture. And all the people, both small and great, and the captains of the armies arose and came to Egypt, for they was afraid of the Chaldeans, the Chaldees. The Chaldees gonna be the had the Scythians would have making up their army, and that's gonna be the Scythians gonna be Ashkenazi. Scythia is Ashkenazi code name in history, and they chased us into Africa. They would have had been in the land 100 and the Sephardi Jews would have been in our land 134 years before Ashkenazi put up. Now, we would abandon our heritage to both of them in the book of Jeremiah. See, this Second Kings chapter 25 go with the book of Jeremiah, right? Same event, all right? You know what I'm saying? And then we go to the book of Jeremiah, and then I showed in that other video how we went into Africa and said we wasn't gonna do the covenant no more. You know, we did a lot of foul stuff before we, you know, pulled that act, but that was the last act right there when we said that we wasn't gonna do the covenant. And if you read uh chapter 44, verse 2, you'll see that the whole land was empty. And this said the Elohim of hosts, the Yah of Israel: Ye have seen all the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem and upon all the cities of Judah, and behold, this day they are a desolation, and no man dwelleth therein. Okay, we took off into Africa because we said we didn't want to do the covenant no more, because we was on that golden calf stuff that Jeroboam them folks put on us. The Queen of Heaven, the golden calf is another uh, uh title. The Queen of Heaven is another title for the golden calf. All that's together. All them tied into one. All right, we will go into Africa in the book of Jeremiah. All right, now let's get to the exiles. All right, the exiles, the prophet Ezra. All right, so let's find the book of Ezra. All right, Shalom, Hebrews. It's the Israelite Brotherhood. It's the Israelite Brotherhood. It's the Israelite Brotherhood. All right, let's find the book of Ezra. All right, let's go get the book of Ezra. See, they throw you off when they had the book of Ezra and the book of Nehemiah way back here in the back. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time you read, past Isaiah and Jeremiah, you know what I'm saying, you be done forgot all about, the book of Ezra and Nehemiah. They real slick. And that's what they, did. All right, you know what I'm saying? If we go to Ezra 9, all right, you know what I'm saying? It's throughout the whole Ezra, you're gonna run across the name Israel. You know what I'm saying? But all right, you know what I'm saying? You see Israel chapter 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 6. You know what I'm saying? Verse 21. And the children of Israel which come again out of the captivity, and all such as had separated themselves unto them from the filthiness of the heathen of the land to seek the Elohim Yah of Israel, did eat and kept the feast of unleavened bread 7 days with joy, for the Elohim had made them joyful, and turned the heart of the king of Assyria unto them, to strengthen their hands in the work of the house of the Elohim. See, they even come home from Assyria. You know what I'm saying? How would they even be mentioned the Syrian captivity during the Babylonian captivity, which the prophet Ezra, Nehemiah, Haggai, and Zechariah represent? All right, verse 7. And there went up some of the children of Israel, of the priests, the Levites, the singers, the porters, the Nathanims, unto Jerusalem. Jerusalem was our last little holdings when we come back from the Babylonian captivity. That's the only place we could stay, because the enemy stayed in all the other parts. And all the other parts. All right. All right. I mean, if you go to Ezra 1, you'll see that he mentioned, the children Israel. Bethel, we know Bethel was part of the northern kingdom, and it was people that was taken, from them parts that was part of the Babylonian captivity. That's like the men. All right, this second Ezra 2, verse 28. The men of Bethel, I 220, and the children of Nebo 50. He basically named the children of Israel, you know what I'm saying, in Ezra 2. See, which come with Zerubbabel, Joshua, Nehemiah, Sarah, Relah, Modishia, Beslan, Mazah, Bigvi, Ram, Benah, the number of the men of the children of Israel. All right, I'm gonna have to call you back, Campbell. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. All right, and then when we get to the book of Nehemiah, in the book of Nehemiah, you're going to see, if you go to Nehemiah, Nehemiah, I think it's chapter 9, no, chapter 10, you'll see that, you know what I'm saying, the Israelites still there, basically throughout the whole, chapters and books of Nehemiah, you're going to run across the name Israel everywhere. All right, and then when you get to Nehemiah 11, and the rulers of the people dwelt at Jerusalem, the rest of the people all cast lots to bring one of 10 to dwell in Jerusalem, the holy city, 9 parts to dwell in other cities. And the people blessed all the men willing offered themselves to dwell at Jerusalem. Now these are the chiefs of the province that dwell in Jerusalem, but in the cities of Judah dwelt everyone in his possessions in their cities, to wit Israel, the priests and the Levites and the Nethinim. See, everybody had to live in Judah, because the enemies had control of our other lands, and as you read them books, they'll tell you who all was there, and the people that was placed in our land. It was a bunch of people. It was a bunch of peoples where they only represent the 1%, the people that come back from Babylon. and they was destroyed because they started to mix with them folks and to pass our heritage on, and that's what caused the Greeks to come into the land. You know what I'm saying? And destroy that 1%. I got that history, and I'm gonna start going into that. But all our trouble started from us doing the Egyptian worship. You know, after King Josiah cleansed the land up, we had a chance to be safe and not, be destroyed like we is as a people. And then when Jeremiah, come about and tried to get us, to act right.